So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. You. Hey, easy. 50 seconds.
Now Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
There we go. Go right in. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
1st down, Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 77 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
5-9. Here we go.
Breeze now to throw. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn, 76 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Right here. Here we go. 480. 51. Going to 53. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And this one's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Shit. Here we go, 47. 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
Take right. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Whip.
The give is to Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Check 31, check 31. Watch twins, watch twins. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Elliott running right. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go, baby.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs. And
he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Saints take over.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
We remind you that coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, we finish off the first quarter of the season with an AFC North battle from the Steel City. The Bengals and the Steelers kickoff scheduled for 8:15 Eastern. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Opposite. I'm coming after you.
To throw is Breeze. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And it's 3rd and 5.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Come on.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run it left side with Murray. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. 54, right, 54. I got you.
They run on second down with Adams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here we go, 46, 46. Check Mike 47, check Mike 47. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Running right through it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Bang. We're going to 52. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Going right side, he has Winton. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Small. 47.
Now Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check. We're going to 53. Let's get it together, defense.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Check three. Kill. Hey, 47.
Prescott now. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This is brought in at the 21. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start on the ground with Adams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Army. 54, Mike, 54.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Watch the block, motion, block. Check 43. Here we go.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Set. 5-9. Check Mike 54. You're good. Mike 4, ready. Mike 54. Hey, Foxtrot. I got one. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 83 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And the pressure gets to him again. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Switch! Go to 54, go to 54. Why ain't? We're going to 54. Why ain't? 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Ready. 95, 56. Over. Kill. Hatchet. Pilot, 64. Weak.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
At the 26-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the ground, right side, it's Adams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They didn't have a ton of yards to pick up on that 3rd down, but there was no way they were playing that one safe. They decided to take that one downtown. They must have felt that they had a big play that was waiting for them. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here.
Showing up. Check. Kill. X3, 218, chopper.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Come get some. Come on. Hey, kill. Greystone, travel. He's checking crap. 55's my guy, 55.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all
kill. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
Ready? 95, 56, 95, 56. 54. Kill.
Breeze now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Murray fighting. Lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now that'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Throwing. Prescott. Cooper's got it. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Back. Check 26, check 26.
They'll try again with Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Here's Elliott. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Check. Hey, kill. 47. Rush in. Rush 22. Check. Cover. 22. 26.
They'll try and run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand.
Set. 5-9.
Mike 5-4. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Hey, easy.
Hey, what?
Breeze now on 1st down. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Here we go.
In his own end zone, it's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. Oh, he's got a breakaway for Michael Thomas. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
54. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Sammy!
Right there, 54, right there.
Breeze is looking to throw. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Here we go, 46.
Mike's 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 24 yards.
And a Cowboy first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
47.
Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, Pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen,